Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fetish Cafe. We are kind of continuing a trend a little bit, not really. We're going to move to kind of a different topic, but very samey too. Today, we are hanging out with Star 69. What's up, man?
Oh, nothing much. How about you?
Yeah, same old, same old. Just hanging out in this cafe, talking to people. So, first things first, man. How old are you?
I am 25 years old.
25 years young, everybody. So what are we going to talk about today? Give me a brief overview.
Well, very brief overview. I believe that Legwarmers and neon colors will probably be the primary focus.
Cool.
Anything centered around the leg, especially.
Awesome. So we're going to kind of talk about legs today.
Yeah.
Which is in my wheelhouse a little bit. If you've listened to the show enough, you know that. Okay, so how did this start? When did you first notice this thing about you?
Well, I didn't notice the leg warmers for a long time. Like, it just didn't click with me until I was an adult. I was in college, and it was around the time we started hanging out and got to talking about that I noticed. I was like, oh shit, I'm big on leg warmers.
Yeah.
As for like the neon colors, I can distinctly remember back to times when I was in high school when I would be thinking about things that attracted me, and the neon colors were it. Like,
if you had to guess, what is that? Like, where did that come from?
I want to say it has a lot to do with if I could trace it back to my childhood, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd say that probably stemmed from a lot of the 80s and 90s music videos that I watched.
Okay.
Like on VH1 and MTV at different well, I mean, not to a lesser extent MTV, because that was around the time they were just dicking around with not music.
Right. Trying to expand that audience.
Yeah, but I also used to watch a lot of when YouTube first started coming around, and people just could post whatever the hell ever on there. I would watch a lot of stuff from like the 80s and 90s. Started with a lot of Weird Al, but then transitioned into a lot of hair metal.
Okay.
Just stuff that I was hearing, and I would I'll look up the music videos for it, and so that has established today just a love for music videos. But
yeah,
I love flashy, vibrant colors. I love really any color that just attacks the senses. Like if.
But you not only love it, like you get off on it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. So the leg warmers, I'm guessing, just comes from that style.
Yeah, I was raised with a lot of 80s and 90s influence, in fashion in general. Of what I was consuming was a lot of stuff from that era.
Okay.
So I would see a lot of leg warmers. I'd see a lot of crop tops. Crop tops are another thing that really.
Shit.
Woo! Hot damn.
So okay, this is not technically a fetish for a part of the body per se.
Right.
This is more what they're wearing, and I've talked to. This is a friend of mine, and I've talked to him. I've talked to you in person about how it's not about the foot. I've been doing a lot of foot fetish videos lately, a lot of interviews, still more to come. Deal with it, and yeah, it's just the way it is, and yeah. So this isn't about the foot, though.
Nope. No,
not at all.
It's nothing to do with the foot. It's really just like, if I had to pick a favorite vibrant color, it would be like hot pink, or like that shock fluorescent pink that really just shouts at you and draws your attention on a screen or on a page.
Right. So would you be into, like, if you were gonna fuck a girl, if she was dressed like let's say she kept pink leg warmers on during sex, you're down with that?
100%.
Cool
100%.
Now is there any other so you've talked about color a little bit, and you said like the tube top, like I think didn't you say tube top?
Crop top,
that's what it was. So have you ever expressed this kind of thing to anybody? that
yeah.
you were into these things? Like, but I mean, before now, did you? Because you say you know it recently, by
Recently, in
talking to
like
me.
past 5 to 6 years, I'd say.
Okay,
Like,
okay. So let's argue 19-year-old
yeah.
Star 69 is curious. Did you ever tell it to any girlfriends? Did you ever
Yeah.
express?
I did.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I've expressed it to. Let's see. I, I've only really had one relationship since I was really becoming aware of the things I was into.
Okay.
So like, I expressed it there, and it was not. Really, we didn't really do a lot to get there because I have a very high sex drive as it is.
Yeah, me too.
So like, sex alone is enough for me.
Sure, sure.
Like, but the neon colors, the Legwarmers, stuff like that, that is, oh my god, it's definitely a bonus.
So what about because one thing I'm really into is pantyhose and office ladies.
Yes,
Does that fall in your wheelhouse too?
I'd say so. Yeah, I appreciate a nice pair of pantyhose.
Appreciate.
Yes.
But it's not really.
Not to the same level.
Not to the same
pantyhose are
extent.
normally a lot more muted. Just either black or tan, and you know.
Yeah, but the thing about the pantyhose is that it gives you that peek. That peek
Yeah.
behind the curtain, right? So you're seeing something maybe you're not supposed to be seeing, or you're getting that tease of something you could see more of.
The idea of taboo. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, it's awesome.
See, for me, with leg warmers, I like the way they cut off either right below or just above the knee, and then you just got the thigh right there. You got the bare thigh usually.
Just out there.
Just out there. And
Did you ever jerk it to like a workout video from back in the day? Because that was kind of that was a thing, you know.
I know that was a thing. I don't think I ever went that far.
Oh,
See,
okay.
because by the time by the time I was jerking it, porn existed in a very accessible scape.
Right. Right.
The thing is, like, I would stumble across videos with girls in leg warmers and stuff like that, and I'd be like, oh, I like what's going on here, and I want to see if I can find this again. It started with tall socks. It started with like the striped tall socks, like athletic socks and stuff like that, and then it kind of shifted over to where I saw leg warmers in a video for the first time, and I was like, oh shit. Now
What is it about the leg warmer that's better than the sock?
It's weird. I think it has to do with the isolation, just the isolation of the different parts of the leg.
Okay.
Like it's visually separating.
So let's talk about that a little bit more. So you seem to be touching on isolation a lot.
Yeah.
Of like isolating certain parts of the body.
Yeah.
What's the complete appeal for you? And I'll just give you the example of going back to what I said a second ago. I like pantyhose and stuff like that because of that. You know, you're getting a little bit of the picture, but not the whole thing.
Right. See, for me, it's like sex is in the grand scheme is very much like allowing. There's an element to it where you're allowing objectification to happen to an extent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like it's consensual objectification.
There you go. That's the word.
Yeah. And to objectify for me is isolating one thing, and then to be able to break it down even more just into segments. Like, I'm going to focus on the chest for a little bit, or now I'm going to focus on your torso, or now I'm going to move down to your legs, or something like that.
Sure.
Like that is a very appealing thought to me that lets me kind of piece the whole picture together.
Very interesting. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot here,
Please do.
but I also know that you like to be a little bit more of a dom than a sub. Am I right in that?
Yeah, I do. I do very much enjoy dominating. Let's see, I I do occasionally like to submit sometimes.
A little bit of a switch.
Yeah, a little bit, just not as much as I like to dominate.
Sure, yeah. See, I'm kind of what you would probably refer to as a full switch because I will really swing both ways. The foot fetish in me brings me to a more submissive side, where just my personality in general leads me towards a more dominant side.
Right.
But I do want to touch on why do you think, what specifically about being a dom got you off and made you lean more that direction than a sub?
Oh, the control. Having the control for sure. I know that stems from just a lifetime of not feeling like I've had any control.
Yes.
In daily life, in different decisions, which I'm a lot better about it now, I feel, than I was, say, even a year ago or 2 years ago. But
I've known you long enough to agree with that.
Yes. And so sexually, it's nice to be able to have the power for, like within reason, of course.
It's all going to be consensual.
Absolutely.
Look, we're talking completely consensual on this show.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this and you don't think that, well,
yeah,
I mean, that's on you. This is all consensual stuff here.
Yeah, and I also, I even like to throw in a safe word, even if we're not doing anything, or even if me and my partner, whoever that may be, like, if we're not doing anything insane necessarily, or intense is a better word.
Sure.
Not insane, but even if it's a pretty, what I consider to be pretty tame,
right?
Like, I still make sure that a safe word is included, just because, dirty talk is going to happen.
Yeah.
And, you might throw around just, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to do this. And then you do it. And bing, bang, boom.
It's interesting that you say that because I imagine in a lot of 24-hour sub-dom relationships that there always has to be safe word.
Oh, yeah.
The hold on, that's too much. So for me, being more dominant, I would say. Now, again, I feel like I'm dead in the center, but for me, the dominant side comes from inflicting pain. And on the flip side, I like to have pain inflicted upon me. Mm-hmm. So it's like, there's just a little middle ground and a little more information on myself, which you know that, but they may not.
Right.
So this is interesting to me because you're going to know what I'm talking about. Japanese schoolgirls and like animes and stuff who will have kind of like, I guess it's a leg warmer, but it's kind of a sock.
Yep.
And it's more scrunched up and on legs still.
That'd still be a leg warmer. Like some leg warmers, like I've seen it a lot on dancers. Like they can wrap around the feet depending.
That's called a stirrup.
Yes, a stirrup. I knew that.
Yeah, I've got a folder dedicated to that.
No, I didn't actually know that. I don't claim to have intelligence I don't have.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but.
Fair enough, man.
But
I was just going to ask if that fell in the same category
yes.
for you. So you like stirrups as well. Does that include like you said, dancers? They kind of have that, like, I guess that's a onesie. See, I don't know what that's called.
I think it's like a leotard or a unitard. Yeah, leotard.
I think it's a leotard. Yeah. I think.
Any dancers listening to this, please feel free to leave any corrections in the comments because we're not professional dancers.
No. And if you're a dancer listening to this, comment anyway.
Yeah. If you're listening, just leave a comment.
Yeah, just comment.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
I don't care. Oh my god.
This isn't even my channel.
How dare you?
Sorry, I took that win from you.
No, you're fine. I didn't want it.
Yeah, I know.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, that's fair.
We don't do that here. These videos would be demonetized anyway.
Yeah. So
Subject
dislike, don't comment, and click off the video at some point to ruin the algorithm.
I think it's completely fair.
Yeah, or don't actually do that. I want people to listen to this.
Sure.
But anyway.
So yes, so dancers and things. I guess one of my questions is, could you get off alone off of a leg warmer, in the sense of like, if someone was teasing you with leg warmers on, could that get you off?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because the reason I ask is because as a foot fetishist, we don't always need intercourse. Mm-hmm. It can just be interactions with the foot or the leg or whatever, and we can get off.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if that was the same for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
What I'm saying is a foot fetishist can jerk off to something that most people would not consider pornography.
Right.
As a matter of fact, very few people would consider pornography.
Agreed. I was about to say, I've found myself in a similar situation before. Just the idea that, you know, the artistic nature of, like, the pose with the leg warmer or something like that. Like, that can do it for me.
That's kind of how I classify a fetish. If you can get off on that alone, then that's kind of how I would rank that.
Oh yeah.
So when you've I don't think you've talked to very many people about this as a whole. Have you talked to any of your friends about this, other than me, of course?
About the leg warmer?
The leg warmers thing.
I have. Yeah, I'm very
Cool.
vocal, very open about it. I'm not really discreet. Some people don't even classify it as a fetish that I've met, but I still do personally, just because it's something that people will hear me say and go, "What?"
Sure.
And
yeah. Yeah.
or really? Like, why that, you know?
And I think everybody's got their definition of a fetish.
Yeah.
And I think that, in my opinion, yours falls under that. Because, again, if you can get off to someone with just that, then that's awesome. But have your friends, like, so the really response, have you gotten that a lot at all?
Yes. Yeah, that's the most common one, really. But it's not, it's never like, it's not like I just walked up to them and told them I'm into shit play or something. It's not like, oh, really?
Sure, and we're not kink shaming here.
No.
It's
Like,
just different.
Yeah.
It's just different. I want to stress that. This show is completely not about kink shaming.
No, it is not. I was not in any way trying to.
Yeah.
I was just using the example because I understand.
Well, that one's going to get more of a violent reaction.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell, even a foot fetish is going to get a more violent reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Truthfully.
I was about to say, I know a foot fetish. Well,
Yeah.
so many people, without even being prompted, will volunteer hatred for a foot fetish.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
Stop punching down on my people.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
That's for the ones if you know, you know. But anyway.
Yeah.
So what about combining the two?
Combining the two.
Like if you do like bind somebody up with leg warmers on, and I don't know what you would tell. The only part where I have trouble defining yours as a fetish is I don't know what you would tell like a spouse or a partner to like get you off. Like, for example, a foot fetishist who's like me, who's most foot fetishists are, but they're into the smell, the odor. So it's they want to be teased with that, or nylons and things. Like you can dirty talk that a little bit more than you could say like, check out these leg warmers. I just got done working out.
Yeah. I don't know really. I just.
What would you want? Like, what would be ideal? What would be top of the mountain for you in a scenario with somebody?
I guess just like getting to feel it. Just getting to feel it. It's something that I've always seen, but I never really feel that often. Because, guys don't just go around wearing leg warmers.
No, girls don't either anymore.
Well, yeah, girls don't anymore either. But even traditionally, it's always been more that women wear them and men just didn't.
Right.
But part of my attraction to them,
So now it's a texture thing too.
Yeah, it's the touch, the feeling, and just like because they're there and they're hiding the shin. It's like if I can like feel under it, it's like I'm feeling what I'm not seeing, and there's an attraction to that idea. You know, like I'm not seeing it, but I'm feeling it, and it's soft, or I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, no, it's not weird. It's fine. Everything's normal here. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate you coming on the show. One thing I like to do at the end of this thing is just any words of wisdom, pieces of advice, or if you've got anything you want to plug. Now, I know some things that you could plug may give away who you are, and you might not want to do that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But just anything you want to say, final thoughts.
Well, if I had any final thoughts to give, just be creative and don't be afraid of knowing yourself.
Yes.
Or learning about yourself, even if it's something you think you won't like. Because if you don't like it, congratulations, you're a human and you can work on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what I've just been saying, and I don't know if it's going to become a catchphrase. It feels like it is, but loud and proud is the way to be when it comes to any kind of fetish. Everyone, thank you so much for joining in to this episode. Thank you so much to my guests.
Thank you for having me.
And please stay tuned. I'm trying to line up more and more things that aren't foot fetish related, so that everyone who hates that can stop being angry about it. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. Thanks again.